What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So, like I said, it is content season because we're getting the draft, trades, and free agency all this week, which is absolutely absurd. I made a video talking about the Chris Paul trade on my main channel, about the Dennis Schroeder trade today, and now I'm going to be talking about the news that James Harden apparently wants to be on a contender elsewhere. Shams tweeted at 2:43 p.m. and all the James Harden smoke over the last couple of weeks has been like, or literally the last week, has been alright. Like, I feel like it's Twitter, like, kind of pushing this narrative. He's not actually going to get traded. He said he's fully committed to the team this year, and I just don't see the, he's under contract for 3 years, so I just didn't see the Rockets trading James Harden. So, Shams tweeted that Rockets star James Harden wants to be on a contender elsewhere, and Brooklyn and Philadelphia are believed to be his top desired trade destination, sources tell The Athletic. And Stadium, Houston is fully comfortable keeping Harden and Westbrook into the season. So this tweet is kind of confusing because the latter part of it, Houston is fully comfortable keeping Harden and Westbrook into the season, means, yeah, they don't have to trade either one of those two guys. Harden and Westbrook are both under contract for 3 more years. So the new Monty McClare, I forget the new GM of the Rockets. Raphael Stone, okay, I think maybe it's something McNair, right? I think it's Monty McNair, might be the new Kings GM. But Raphael Stone, the new Rockets general manager, he doesn't have to trade Harden or Westbrook. He doesn't, and they're not going to sit out. I doubt they would. So this is like interesting because I wouldn't do the trade if I were the Rockets unless you're getting a top young player in return. That's it. And yeah, I know if you can get Ben Simmons, it's not really a great fit with Russell Westbrook. But if you're going to move Harden and you can get Ben Simmons, I would do that. I would not take a combo of Tobias Harris, Zaire Smith, Mike Scott, Thibault, and 2 firsts. That's not a good package. Why would you want it centered around Tobias Harris in return for James Harden? So unless Embiid or Simmons is in the trade to send Harden to Philly, then if I'm Houston and it's not either Embiid or Simmons I'm getting in return, I'm not doing the trade. Because you have to realize that James Harden is a top 7 player in the NBA. Like, yeah, you have LeBron, Durant, Giannis, Kawhi in front of him. You probably have Curry. You have AD maybe. But then he's right there. He's either 6 or 7 on most players or most people's list. So you would want a top player or young player in return. And Ben Simmons, I mean, like, Embiid's a better player than Ben Simmons. And Embiid's getting up there in age, so maybe they would be open to trading Embiid, and Harden's getting up there in age as well. But and then Simmons is considerably younger, but would they make the trade for James Harden? Now, I would have liked maybe them trying to trade for Chris Paul and Harden this offseason. That would have been kind of cool if you had a big 3 around Harden, Chris Paul, and Embiid. I think that could go somewhere. Definitely. But if you're not getting, like, Simmons or Embiid, I'm not trading with Philly. You have Harden under contract for 3 more years. So I wouldn't do that at all. And for Brooklyn, I mean, the best thing they could offer is what? What do they have? Pick 19, LeVert, Allen, and Dinwiddie. I mean, what's to get you excited about with that offer? Like, Dinwiddie is never going to be none of those guys. Like, Karis LeVert has the best potential at living up to maybe what James Harden was. And, like, you're not getting, like, a Jason Tatum for James Harden. You're not getting, like, a Zion Williamson. I mean, if you can get, like, a Brandon Ingram, you'd maybe think about that, but you're not going to get Devin Booker. Like, that's because, like, the situations of those teams are in. They're not trading those guys. So really the best player you can get is probably from Philly if they're willing to part ways with Embiid or Simmons, and it's Daryl Morey running the show in Philly. So maybe that could be the case that Philly could end up making a trade for Ben Simmons, or excuse me, James Harden. But people are saying that Tim Fertitta, the Rockets owner, is kind of like he's never going to trade James Harden to Philly because he doesn't want to see Morey get his guy because maybe there was some bad tensions between them, and that's why Morey stepped down in Houston. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Like, I'm trying to think of any other team that could offer something remotely like, all right, you have to consider it. I mean, like, the Knicks could offer R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and picks, but why would they do that? So they're out of this equation. The Heat, unless you're throwing in Tower Hero or Bam in it, I mean, or it's going to be Tower Hero. I mean, would you rather have Tower Hero or Karis LeVert? That's, like, kind of what it comes down to, but I don't think the Heat's happening. I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, like, Dallas would be fun if they were going to trade Kristaps, but I don't think the Rockets would want Kristaps in return just due to his injury history. No team's really ringing a bell. Like, I mean, if you could do Jamal Murray and picks for Harden. I mean, they might want Michael Porter Jr. It's just so hard to think of a trade. Like, I'm just trying to think of something that could happen. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Like, the Warriors, if they had D'Lo in pick 2, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Fertitta was actually like, okay, let's do that trade. I keep forgetting if it's Fertitta or Furtada or Fertera. Either way, those are two, I guess, of the more logical solutions. The Nets have a better offer if Philly will not be including Embiid or Simmons in an offer. But if they can include Simmons or Embiid, I would rather have one of those two guys than give me Embiid and Thibault or give me Simmons and Thibault rather than a package of LeVert, Dinwiddie, Allen, and a pick. But yeah, this is surprising. I would like to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that James Harden will be on the Rockets in a month from now when the season starts, or do you think he'll be on a different team? Or let me know, do you think he'll be the Sixers, or do you think he'll be the Nets? Because if I had to bet money right now, I still don't think he gets traded. I really don't think he gets traded because I don't think they're going to get a good enough package. It's not a good enough draft where you would trade James Harden to Minnesota for the #1 overall pick. I mean, if Minnesota... No, I'm like now thinking, oh, Minnesota should offer 1 in D'Lo for Harden. I don't think any of this is gonna happen. Off the stuff I've been mentioning, and Philly or Brooklyn might. I don't know, man. I just don't see it particularly happening. It all depends also what happens with Russell Westbrook. Are they gonna be able to trade Russell Westbrook? I mean, I've talked about it before, or in my last ESPN mock draft reaction in yesterday's video that I would like to see Charlotte actually trade for Russ without giving up pick 3. If they could do Cody Zeller. Or they might have to throw they might have to do Nicholas Batum to make the money work, Devontae Graham, and a top 10 protected first next year. I'd do that. I would do that if you're Charlotte, and I think it actually might happen. I could definitely see Russ getting traded, but I still don't see Harden getting traded. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, drop a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the content on the channel. I think I said I will have a Jets rebuild out today. It's actually going to come out tomorrow morning. So you get these 2 videos, my Dennis Schroeder reaction and this James Harden reaction video right now. You're going to get a... Jets rebuild tomorrow. I don't know if you'll get anything else because, or tomorrow's Tuesday, and then we have the draft on Wednesday. You might get actually like a quiz or something later throughout the day. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet. Just so much news happened today with like the Magic signing Chuma Okeke, all the player options that were accepted or declined, the Chris Paul trade, this James Harden news. There was just so much that went down today. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, do you think James Harden will be on the Rockets next year, or will he be on maybe Philly, Brooklyn, or give me maybe another trade idea in the comments below. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.